In Steven Universe, there are hardly any more questions more prolific than that of the diamonds. Everyone wants to know what is up with the diamonds. They want to know everything about them. They want to know what they're like. They want to know their personalities. And this is to be seen, like, you have to expect this. They are the big bads, or the heads of Homeworld. There's so much to them, and there's such a big mystery that, of course, everyone wants to know things about them. And because they've actually been hinted at since pretty much the beginning of the series, there's a lot of information being drawn on, and as we see more and more of them, our questions begin to be more streamlined. Like, now we know what yellow diamond is like, now we know what blue diamond is like, we know pink diamond's been shattered. There aren't many questions left with them. We have a lot of questions about white diamond, but there's literally nothing. We have very little to go on with that. But there's one thing whenever I hear people talk about the diamonds that I never hear them talk about at all, and since I have a YouTube channel now, I guess I'll just talk about it, because I hear people talk about the murals all the time. The murals the diamonds have in Back to the Moon, and all those episodes that go to the moonbase. Also, we see it in, like, Message Received. We see Yellow Diamond's mural. Everyone likes to talk about them and how pink diamonds coming from the earth and white diamonds coming from the sky. But there's always one thing that I've noticed that I literally hear no one talk about. Are the diamonds different sizes? Because they all have these spears around their head, kind of like the holy spirit around people in Christianity and things like that. It's very reminiscent of that. But while yellow diamond and blue diamond, the two diamonds we've actually seen, have their kind of, I don't know, I'm gonna just call it rings. They're these rings behind their heads. They're basically the same size, and from what we can gather, yellow and blue diamond are roughly the same size. I have to wonder, are the other two smaller? Because in art, there's this thing called foreshortening. If something is closer to you, it's bigger. So let's say you just drew a background. Now, if you're going to draw a character in it, if you want them to be further into the background, they're smaller. If you want them to be closer, they're going to be bigger. So why are we foreshortening white and pink diamond here? It kind of bothered me the first time I saw this, and I guess I kind of just summed up, it probably means that orb is supposed to be the same thing, and that just means white diamond's somewhat smaller than blue and yellow, and then pink diamond is much smaller. But no one seems to talk about this. Like, they're all shining in different directions, yes, and you get a lot more of artistic liberty in a couple of them, but the bottom line that I view from this is it's kind of hinting that white diamond may, despite being the head of Homeworld, be smaller than the other two, which is actually pretty fascinating, because when I first watched Steven Universe, I don't know, when you first find out about Homeworld and you see, like, Jasper and how Jasper is bigger and she seems to be in charge, my first thought was, okay, this is going to be like a whole Invader Zim thing where the tallest characters are clearly in charge. But as time has gone on, that's been eroded a little bit. You have things like a Pearl is lower on the hierarchy than a Jasper or even a Ruby, it seems like, and then like a Sapphire is higher than a Agate. She's higher than the soldiers. So there isn't really much of a there isn't much to go off of when you're talking about, hey, a bigger character doesn't necessarily have to be in charge. Actually, we've seen quite a bit of the contrary recently. I'm not going to go into that because it hasn't aired in Canada. Thanks, YouTube videos, just for putting it right in the title. Why couldn't you hide it? But, the thing is, this whole foreshortening thing, it just fills me with curiosity, because when you think someone's in charge, you often think they're bigger, they're more imposing, but we've seen contradictions to this all the time, and it would also make sense as to why Pink Diamond was shattered if she was the smallest of the diamonds. If she was smaller and therefore easier to get to, she'd be easier to shatter. This isn't like, it doesn't really have a big implication on anything, but I keep seeing people are like, they're assuming they're all the same size. I think they're just drawn the same size because they have equal importance in Homeworld society, but that ring around their head, whether it be a sun or like a planet like Jupiter, whatever it be, is just showing hey, we're going to make this actual size. So to scale, if we're judging that as the scale, it's bigger on the two of them. So that means they must be smaller. But honestly, that's all I wanted to say. I just never see anyone at all bring this up, whether it be right or wrong. I could be way off for all I know, but hey, it's cool to bring new things to the table. And I have a YouTube channel now. I can do whatever I want with it. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.